Hello guys, it's John Weston here. Time to another weekly blaze. Yeah, it looks like my break was not as long as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a 3 week break. It's only a 2 week break. So, there you go, I guess. So why am I back so early? Since I was supposed to take off 3 weeks till the Korokoro week? Well, um, two reasons. First, and kind of the main one, there's a Nintendo Direct this week, and I want to talk about a Nintendo Direct, of course, because it's fun too. But also, I just kind of stopped recording videos once I stopped doing weekly blazes. So I'm like, okay, I kind of need something to do here. So I was kind of debating recording one anyway this week, and then that got announced. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we're good. So after I record this weekly blaze, I'm gonna go record my DB/BU ranking video, and that'll be fun. And I'll probably upload that today. It's the 8th, Wednesday at sometime in the morning, like at 2:30 a.m. I might not watch the direct live actually, because it's at 4 p.m. my time, and my sleep schedule, man, it has been terrible. So today I woke up at like 7:30 p.m. I don't know if I could manage waking up before 4 p.m. honestly. Maybe I will. We'll see what time I can go to sleep by. If I can go to sleep by like, I'm gonna say like 10. If I could manage to fall asleep by 10 a.m., maybe 11 a.m. if I'm feeling it. I might try to wake up for the direct. I don't think it's looking good though, so I'm just gonna do my best. I'll probably just keep my browser open on like Nintendo's like live streams or something, and then just kind of try to be sure I don't see anything and just be very very careful about it. But I think I should be able to avoid everything just fine, if needed. Obviously, preferably if I could sleep early enough, wake up in time, great. But if not, I'm not forcing myself to get out of bed for like 2 hours of sleep, you know. So we'll see what happens. I am hoping that I can get up, but again, we'll see. But anyway, very excited about it. But before we get to that, let me talk about some actual stuff for the channel because again, I just stopped recording for a while. I think that was kind of gonna happen though. I did not end up doing the bi-daily January videos. I just kind of stopped. I actually did record one extra video, which was a 3-2-1 Beyblade discussion. It wasn't good. I think after finding out that that wasn't a brand new Valkyrie, the whole argument just kind of fell apart and just didn't seem as good, and it seemed way too speculative for what's probably going to happen. I mean, like, yeah, you could argue it's not that bad, but like, at the same time, I just like the video itself was just kind of whatever, and like also just like the actual content was just not really going to be great. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just not going to upload this, honestly. I don't think it's worth it. And then I was going to do like a Beyblade collection video as well. That just didn't happen. That's going to be a project to do, honestly. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to hold off on that until I like actually feel like it again. But yeah, February, like I don't need to like upload as much. Honestly, I could chill for a little while. I'm not gonna like just stop uploading. Like I have at least like 6 videos planned for this month, at least. Like we're talking like worst case scenario, and that's already the 8th. I took a little break. I think I'm good now. There should definitely be some videos coming out this month. So yeah, hopefully I pick back up in like March or April. But yeah. So and again, I wasn't recording like a ton either. It was really like November when I started to do stuff more frequently. Like October, I was still, taking breaks here and there. Like even before that as well. I mean, like I've never had someone upload just super consistently, like a bi-daily schedule. I'm not doing that because I know it's just not going to end well. But yeah, so some videos I have coming up, I could say 4 in particular. Some of the other ones I'm like not sure what order I'm going to do them or when I'll do them. So the 4 that I'm for sure going to do. First up, the DB/BU video, that'll for sure be coming out soon. After that, and within like the next week, hopefully, I should have up kind of back-to-back videos again, like bi-daily. Bottle Phoenix Energy DX, and then also Koenig Kerpeps DX. Both of those should be coming out next week. I have ordered them, which is very, very cool. Let me check on the shipping actually to see where they are. Oh yeah, also my Christmas trees are still up. I haven't taken them down yet. Don't mind that. That's just listen. I don't know why. It's just like every day I look at them, and I'm like, should I take those down? Then it's like 5 a.m. when I see them next. I'm like, oh yeah, those are still up. I have to go get like bins and stuff, and like I don't want to wake people up. So yeah, I just haven't done anything with them because of that. I'm trying to find my order as well. Okay, I gotta log back in anyway. But yeah, I'll take these down. I'll take these down. It's just like a matter of time. But like hopefully within the next week. Otherwise, I think it's getting a little. It's already too long. Let's be honest. But like, I think like you get to like mid-January. Like once you get to like mid-January, if you still have Christmas decorations up, it's like okay, this is getting a little bit excessive, I would say. And then now you have me here. It's almost mid-February, and they're just still there. Okay, it says processing shipping. Still, unfortunately, has not shipped yet. I don't know if it'll be here this week. Honestly, probably not. It's already like Wednesday. I don't think DHL ships, or I mean delivers on Saturdays either. So unless it ships out now and like just flies through shipment, I don't imagine it comes this week. Probably next week. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday. Not too concerned either way, as long as I get the videos out relatively soon. And these aren't videos I have to go as in depth with either, because they're just remakes, but they're still videos I want to do. So yeah, those will be something. And then after that, also the Flare Dragon review, or not Flare Dragon, I already did Flare Dragon. Destroy Monicus, that will be. I thought about doing it earlier, but I'll probably just do that. Maybe I'll do like the 10th or 12th. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the Bottleman stuff does, but depending, that might be sooner, or it might be like around the 20th or so. I haven't decided yet. And then probably 2 more videos in the second half of the month at least. That'll be fun. So yeah. Anyway, I might also do a Bottleman DX tier list this month, depending. If we get an announcement for a 3rd gen of Bottleman, or 3rd series, I should say, 3rd season, I will do the DX tier list this month. I already have a lot of ideas for it. It's just kind of a matter of, is this the final, like, list? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, basically, I definitely have some ideas for that, and I'm just kind of waiting for the confirmation that DX is in fact over, or at least a first season's over. If they want to do a DX season 2, whatever, I'm doing a season 1 tier list anyway. But yeah, we're just waiting on that. So maybe that'll be this month. I don't know. Aside from that, though, I kind of want to do a Bakugan video this month, potentially on the Nova stuff. Cause I don't like Nova Bakugan, by the way. That'll be a fun video to make. I don't know if I'll do it this month or next month. Maybe this month, though. We'll see. And I don't know, probably some other Beyblade discussion, but yeah. Potentially on the February Koro if we get enough news. We'll wait and see. So, yeah. Alright, with all that said, though, that's just kind of what's happening this month. Not like a ton, but just some stuff, kind of get myself back on track a little bit here, because even though I put out a lot of videos in January, I'm just going to say right now, most of them were recorded in December. I think all but like 4 or 5 of them were from December, aside from Weekly Blazes, but like, I think the Flare Dragon video I did in like early-ish January, same with like the anime manga pickups, that was early-ish January, and then like, it was really just the Bottleman stuff that was like, later, I think. Let me check my channel, I want to be sure I'm not missing anything here. Because yeah, I basically just took a break, because pretty much once Christmas happened, I've been not doing a whole lot with YouTube. Let me see here, let me see. Alright, so... Okay, yeah, so Christmas, and then... Bottleman Prototype, Splatoon 3 Amiibo, BU all-in-one set, My Hero Academia Limited Edition, and then the Entry Value Pack. Those are all from, like, Christmas, basically. Also, there was the 2023 video, kind of an update. That was, again... That was, like, a day before New Year's Eve, though, so that was, like, right after. And then... Rare Beyblade Haul, and then the 4 videos that spawned from that, which all did very well, by the way. I don't know why those got so many views, but thanks. Anyway, those 4 videos, well, 5 basically, because the Haul video is also there. All 5 of those were actually recorded on Christmas Eve. So those were actually before the Christmas videos even. So those were just sitting there for almost a month before they were all uploaded. Anime manga pickups I did like mid-January as like the other videos were coming out. After that was like the Bottleman stuff. Flare Dragon video I also did like early mid-January. Just had that ready to go. Bottleman stuff just happened to beat it out. And then, yeah, basically like ranking every Sparking Bay and like do the first 3 Bottleman DX releases hold up, or like the last things I did like basically just like night of, where I was like trying to hurry up to make videos, which luckily I think they both ended up okay, but like I think they were like fine videos. I don't think there's anything wrong with them, but still like those were like I was just basically trying to get them like last second and just making sure I had them done because I wanted to get every like buy daily videos in January, but that just did not happen. I'm like I could force them, but like why? Like it's not that big of a deal, so I'm just gonna not. I'd rather not put up like absolute garbage for the sake of it, you know. Especially when they're video ideas that can actually be better. If I just like wait a little bit longer, so that's what I did, and here we are. So anyway, yeah, I'm ready to make some more videos now, I think, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, I basically took like almost a 2-month break, or not 2 months, like a month and a half break. I barely uploaded or recorded in January, outside of like those few videos and like weekly plays. I guess it wasn't like completely just like break, but it wasn't as much. Last like 2 weeks of life, yeah, I've done nothing. But anyway, so Nintendo Direct. Okay, let's talk about the Nintendo Direct. We're already like 11 minutes into this. Okay. So what do I think is going to be talked about? I haven't really thought about it at all, so I'm just going to kind of run down the series and talk about some stuff that could potentially happen. Mario, I think it'll just be a Mario movie, potentially. I don't think they're going to talk about much else. Probably just a trailer for that, honestly, and then, or at least a mention. I don't think we're going to get a new Mario game here, honestly. Legend of Zelda, okay. I think they'll probably do a dedicated direct for the new game, but I don't think it's going to be, you know, now. I think that'll be its own direct in like March or April. But I think they'll at least give us a new trailer for it. That should happen. Probably all for Zelda though. Metroid. Okay, Metroid. I really want to just say Metroid Prime 4, but like we come on, we all know it's not gonna happen. It's been way too long at this point. Like, if they ever do it, it'd probably be like an E3 direct, but like, didn't they say they're not going to E3 or something? I don't know. I hope they just do at least a June direct, because I feel like it always just feels so lopsided to not have that June direct. It's just like a classic thing. But that just seems like around the time period where they should do it, in my opinion. We'll see though, because it's been almost 6 years now. We're still waiting, so will anything ever come from that? Honestly doubt it, but I hope it does. Kirby, we just got a Kirby game recently. I'm not expecting anything from that. Unless you want to give us like a spin-off. Kirby Air Ride 2. I don't think they'll do that, but I just want to say it because I really want Kirby Air Ride 2. One of my favorite games. The first one. Let's see here, what else? Donkey Kong and Yoshi. These are two weird series because I feel like these are just series that could pop up literally at any time. Like they could just announce a new Yoshi game or a new Donkey Kong Country. But I don't expect them ever. I know they're just games I never expect, but they could always just happen, you know. So I gotta mention them. Could they happen potentially? I don't think they will though. Aside from that, let's see. Oh, I guess Wario. While we're at it, will they announce a new Wario game? Probably not. I think they just did one recently enough. A return of like a Star Fox or something, or like F-Zero. I doubt. I just gotta mention them. Pokemon. I don't think they'll do Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon stuff has largely just stayed out of, like, Nintendo Directs and stuff. However, they have been doing, like, February Pokemon Directs. Like, I feel like we usually get, like, a Pokemon Day Direct. So maybe later in the month we'll get a new Direct for that, which would be very cool. We'll probably see that, again, end of the month. Probably some DLC for Scarlet and Violet, which would be very cool. So, maybe that. Let's see, what else is there? Fire Emblem, we just got the new game. Maybe like some kind of trailer for that, or like DLC announcement, which would be kind of dumb because it just came out, but whatever. Well, maybe, we'll see. Let's see, what else is there? Smash, okay. So Smash is a weird one. It's been over a year now. there was actually only a 2-year period from like the end of Ultimate's like development. Actually, technically less than 2 years. So we like taking like the final update into account, which was in like July 2016, and then the announcement was in March 2018 for Ultimate. Could they announce something Smash related here? Yes. I think it's probably close to time to where it's like speculation could reasonably begin again, but do I think they will? No. I think at earliest a Smash announcement would come in like the fall, or E3 probably more likely, but whatever. I think this year it'd be later, but I still don't expect it for this year. I think the first time where I'd reasonably say, okay, something Smash related could start to pop up now would probably be like a year from now, if I'm being honest. I think that's where I'd be like, okay, it's been long enough. I think it's possible. But then again, I don't know if they do it without a new console, so it's like kind of a weird one there. Which I'll talk about a new console in a little bit. That's a fun topic, I'm sure. Anyway. The only thing I just completely forgot about Mario Kart. Mario Kart DLC Wave 4. Even if it's like 2 months out, I think they'll still just mention it, probably. I forgot to talk about that, my bad. Outside of that, though, Pikmin 4, probably something on Pikmin 4, I'd assume. That would be nice. And then we, of course, get to Animal Crossing. Probably nothing. New Horizons has been out for 3 years now, but I don't think they'll announce anything new for that yet. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of New Horizons, but whatever. Outside of that, though, let's see what else is there. I guess at least like 2 main series. I feel like I've forgotten a giant one. Oh yeah, Xenoblade. That's probably nothing. We just got Chronicles 3 recently. Still feel like I'm missing something massive here. Like, one that I am forgetting out. Because there's something I have in my mind, but I'm like, I don't want to say it yet. I guess like the last 2, just to get out of the way. One is ARMS. I don't think they'll do anything with ARMS. Potentially, though. I guess they could always do like an ARMS 2 or something, but I don't think they'll do it right now. But the one thing I was thinking about and just remembered, Switch Sports. Really not a fan of it, honestly. However, I could see them doing something with Switch Sports. Probably like a new game or something. Hopefully it's good. Did Golf ever come out? I don't know if it did. I think it did. But I didn't pay attention. I just stopped caring about the game because it just is just not as good as Wii Sports, in my opinion. So they dropped the ball on that. Outside of that, I think the last prevalent thing I want to talk about is Splatoon. I think that they will announce Splatoon 3 DLC here. I think we might also get an announcement of the next like season or whatever. So I think that one started in December, so the next one should be March, and like we're a few weeks away from that at this point. Man, we're already a few weeks away from March. What the hell? Time has been flying. Like this year, like we're already a month in, and we're already getting closer to like a halfway point of this month. Like what happened? Like it feels like February just started. I'm like, oh hey, it's already February. Now it's like, oh, it's February 9th or 8th. What? We're already a week in? And this is the shortest month of the year, too, so, yeah, okay. That's kind of wild, honestly. We're already like a 10th through the year, I think. Like, actually, a 10th of the way through 2023, which is just weird to say, but whatever. Splatoon, though, I think they will announce the next DLC, so I think they will probably have a similar timeline as Splatoon 2. With DLC, at least I hope so. But I think they will do a DLC in the summer, probably. Hopefully. Please do June again. That was like such a perfect month for it. Probably a second Octo expansion or just something else. I think they will do multiple expansions this game. I don't think it'll just be one. But that's the thing is, I think also, if they do more than one, because they kind of almost suggested that it might be more than one, I kind of think it would make sense to release one of them this year if they're going to do multiple expansions, because I don't imagine they want to do expansions 4 years after launch, so maybe this year. I hope they do anyway, and I hope it's summer. Hopefully it's June. June is like the best month possible for Splatoon. Or even May, like late May, or June, I would say, like the best month possible for Splatoon. I feel like Splatoon 3 releasing in like September kind of sucked, honestly, but that's just me. But even if it's not summer, I just want to hear a Splatoon announcement for DLC. If nothing else, though, I'm sure they'll show like the 3rd season of Splatoon. Splatoon 3, I should say. So that'll be cool. Outside of that, though, I think that's like everything. I don't think I have anything else to say. I think that's like probably just going to be. I'm sure there's going to be another game announcement somewhere in the mix here that I just kind of overlooked. But like, realistically, can you predict a lot of these things? No. Like, who would have said Switch Sports is going to come back after like 12 years? Like 12 years after Wii Sports Resort, I don't think many people would have just expected that. It was probably just like an outlandish prediction. Which, like, that's the thing. Like, I could just say right now, we're going to get a new Donkey Kong Country game. It could definitely happen, but, like, will it? Probably not, but it could. I mean, I could just say that right now, that I'm just going to say, yep, Donkey Kong Country, it's going to happen. And if it happens now, I could just say that I predicted it, even if it's, like, not really a difficult prediction to make, and just kind of a random outlandish claim that I could potentially be right on the off chance. And, yeah, anyway. Prediction stuff to me isn't something to take too seriously, it's just fun. That's why I do it. I just like to talk about it in Weekly Blazes just because I have fun with it, that's all. Okay, the last thing though, a new Switch. So there's been a lot of talk about a new Switch for a while now, and I think, after all this time, I think it's about time for Switch 2 to happen, so I'm actually going to start talking about Switch 2 constantly and how it should happen. Obviously, I'm just joking here, but can people, like, shut up about the Switch 2? Like, can we just not? Like, I swear to God, like, 2017 was fine, 2018 was, like, mostly fine, but it's, like, ever since around, like, the 2-year mark of the Switch, everyone's been like, okay, but where's the Switch 2? Or, like, the Switch Pro. I feel like it's more recently switched to being more like the Switch 2 instead of the Switch Pro, but whatever. It's just annoying regardless, like, who cares? Like, everyone's like, oh, but the hardware's outdated, like, does it matter? Not really. Like, I don't care, personally, it's just like, yeah, I mean, they'll do it eventually, I'm sure, but, like, we don't need predictions. I swear, it's like a new leak or whatever, like, every single, like, week or two, and it's like, can people just shut up? And, like, I thought that people would stop, and they didn't, because it was like, okay, in September 2021, 4.5 years after launch, they gave us the Switch OLED, and I'm like, okay. Or is it October 2021, yeah, so. Okay, gave us the OLED, cool. And then, like, people shut up for maybe, like, a month, and then it was, like, back to just being like, okay, but the Switch 2, and I'm like, how? How are people this stupid? And then there's also been, like, stuff about the Switch productions being increased, and it's like, that probably means that there's not going to be another Switch if they're ramping up production. Like, why would they be ramping up production for a console that's about to die? Like, even if maybe this is, like, the final push, and maybe we get an announcement next year or the year after, I really don't think they're going to announce it yet. I don't think it's time. And if they do announce it now, it'd probably be, like, a far-off thing. Like, we're talking, again, like, another, like, late next year, or, like, 2025, 2026. That's probably when it would happen, if they announce it now. 'Cause I don't think it's going to be happening until around that time period anyway. And, like, it's only 6 years old, and, like, here's the thing, is, like, I know people have been saying for a while that it needs to be updated, and, like, are they wrong? Not entirely, but at the same time, it's like, look at most consoles, most of them have, like, a minimum lifespan of, like, 7 years, at least 6 years, and, like, we just got to that 6-year mark, and, like, the Wii fell off. Like, I'll just say it right now, the Wii completely fell off. Like, once people got used to the gimmick, people stopped caring about it. And it definitely became just a piece of plastic collecting junk. I get that. Or collecting dust. People stopped caring about it. The games definitely, like, the sales fell off for the games, for, like, the later Wii games, I should say. So, it makes sense why they'd want to push something like the Wii U. The Wii U only had, like, a 4-year lifespan, because no one ever cared about it in the first place. But look at, like, the GameCube. The GameCube was released in, 2001? And then it was, like, 2000... Oh, wait, never mind. That's actually a bad example. But, I guess a better look at it would be the 3DS. It's actually, like, a successful thing, because the GameCube also didn't do that well either, so, okay. 3DS. This is an actually good example. The 3DS came out in 2011, and was supported through, like, 2019, like, basically. And even then, like, there was still some stuff coming out for 2019. I'd almost argue it had, like, a 9-year lifespan, honestly. At least 8 years, and it was a very successful console. The Switch is also very successful. The games are still selling well. I don't think they have a reason to upgrade this quickly, because it doesn't really need to. And, like, yeah, you could argue it kind of needs to, but it's also like they don't have to. I think it's just smarter to wait a while. But whatever. I think we're definitely getting closer to that point to where a Switch 2 will become more and more realistic. But for the people who were saying this in like 2019, like, how? Like, honestly, how? Like, again, it was literally like 2 years old, and people are like, nope, time for a new one. And like, okay, I understood like the Switch Pro stuff a little bit more, but like once we got an OLED, like, why are people still like complaining? Like, what? If we just got like the OLED as like the mid-generation upgrade, like they're not about to release another one or even like an entirely new console. It's gonna be a while. And yeah, again, I don't expect them to release one, let alone announce one this year. Probably. I wouldn't start expecting anything like that till like later in 2024. Although if they wait till then, it'd probably be a pretty like soon release, like within like a year probably. But still, like I don't know why there's so much discourse around a Switch 2. And like again, buying now it does make a little bit more sense, but it's just still too much. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. This whole thing has just been very weird. And I wish people would just shut up for 5 seconds about it, but they don't. And it's annoying as hell. So hopefully it doesn't get announced tomorrow because I don't want to hear people talking about it again. Although they will anyway, it doesn't matter. But I think that's all for today. I will come back tomorrow to talk about the kind of the results of the Nintendo Direct, how'd it go, all that fun stuff. Should be a good time. But yeah, for now I'm going to go ahead and give myself a few minutes here to let my voice rest, and then I will record the DV/BU ranking video because, yeah, I should probably get a video up by now. It's been a little bit too long. I should have come back like the 6th at least, but I didn't, so. Yeah, the 8th should be okay, I would say, so we'll go ahead and, I'm going to go and get that started up. And, yeah, be back tomorrow for the direct stuff. Alright, it's now Thursday at like 2 a.m. So Nintendo Direct happened. I think it was a pretty good Direct, definitely better than the last one, however. I will say, I think I just don't play games as much as I used to, so maybe I don't care as much about some of these things nowadays than... Cause for a long time, right? I've been like, some of these more recent Directs, they just haven't been as good as the older ones, so I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like I don't play games as nearly as much as I used to. I still play them quite a bit, but or at least if I do play games, it's like the same series, so... Usually on the lookout for those, but I'm not expecting to see the main game of Minecraft or really Sonic or Pokemon stuff here. Pokemon's usually not in here. Sonic's third party. I play Halo sometimes. Halo's not going to be in here, obviously. So a lot of things because those are a few series I'll play. There aren't a ton more, so it's okay. I feel like my expectations are definitely should be on less series, but anyway. I do think we got some good stuff here. So first up, there was Professor Layton. I think that's the one third-party thing I want to mention. Professor Layton's there. That's cool. Not my thing, but I know a lot of people are probably very excited about that, so that's nice. Outside of that, though, they did have Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, which I honestly could not care less about. I'm not a... okay, I kinda like Legend of Zelda a little bit, but not that much. And I definitely don't like open world stuff nearly as much as other stuff, and Legend of Zelda, it just falls into that category of open world that I don't like. So I kinda just don't care about this game. Outside of that though, there was... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Earthbound, Earthbound yesterday, or Mother, whatever you want to call it. That was one thing I forgot. I knew I forgot something, but it didn't matter, so that's fine. Surprisingly, no Switch Sports either. We'll say that was actually a surprise, but whatever. I wonder if they're just going to try to bury that or something, but I guess we'll see. Would have very much expected a new update here, but again, I guess not. Outside of that, though, let's see what else was there. Oh, yeah, there was Kirby. It was it Kirby Superstar Ultra, I think? The remaster? Not Kirby Superstar Ultra, it was the, Return to Dreamland. It was the remake of that, or remaster. It has a new thing, a new story with it. That's pretty cool. Deluxe, was it? Something like that. I think it was Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I think that was the name. Cool. Again, not really my thing, but still nice to see. Let's see what else was there. Oh yeah. I think that's most of the stuff that I would. Oh yeah. Apparently Xenoblade already has a expansion pass, I guess. it came out a lot earlier than I thought, but yeah, there's that. And then also, Fire Emblem also already got an expansion pass announcement, although that came out like, what, 2 weeks ago? Whatever. I don't care about either of those games, like, at all, so I'm like, yeah, whatever, that's not my problem. Anyway, outside of those, I think there's, what have I not mentioned? There's like 4 or 5 things I have not mentioned yet specifically, because I want to talk about them individually. Let's see here, let me think. Yeah, there's 5. So fifth, probably for me, fifth place was that they actually added more onto the Switch Online. They added another thing to the expansion pass, which I don't have. I don't care to get it. Probably, maybe eventually, we'll see. They definitely made it more worthwhile, but I still, personally, I'm just not there yet. However, they did add Game Boy Advance to it, which is actually really, really cool. However, for, of course, like, regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color, they added that to the regular Switch Online, which is very nice, so we'll have access to that. I will say, if they ever add Pokemon games, I kind of want to replay some of the older ones, especially Game Boy Advance, so if those ever come to eShop, like to the eShop, I mean, I have the physical ones, but I don't want to reset them, so, like, or not eShop, but if they ever get onto the Switch Online, the expansion pass, I'll probably pick that up to play, like, Emerald again or something. I'd say what was like the fourth best announcement? Probably Pikmin 4. It wasn't an announcement, just like seeing it. It comes out July, which is really nice. Not sure I'll get that. I'll probably get it, but I don't know if it'll be like right away. Definitely not right away. Probably like, maybe for my birthday or something. I don't know. That's like 2 months after, but yeah, it looks cool. Want to try that out again. See how it goes. We'll see. Looks nice though. Always cool to see more Pikmin. Third, realistically, what's third? I'd probably just say the Mario Kart expansion pass, the fourth wave. We got was it Yoshi's Island? It actually looks like a pretty cool course. That was only one we got, I think. We didn't get any others. However, we got a new character announcement with Birdo, which is very weird to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very glad Birdo's in the game because I feel like it just felt weird to not have Birdo. I don't think we have Diddy yet either. Can we get Diddy in like Wave 5 or something? That'd be cool. Maybe Wave 6 get like another cool character just out of left field. PD Piranha, please. But yeah, I didn't expect a character announcement. This kind of opens up the doors for a lot of things, in my opinion. Like, they're not just going to add one random character, right? They have to add at least like a couple more. So maybe they were waiting for the latter half of the pass to add the rest of them in. I'm not sure. But regardless, it is very, very cool to see anyone in there. And also, yeah, they said it's coming out in spring. I didn't really expect an official date here. I was just like, yeah, probably spring, I would assume. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be spring. My guess is like late March or just sometime in April, honestly. I don't think they'll be as late as like May. I think it'll be like March, April. Probably the later March. Anytime in April, really, though. But anyway. Second, in my opinion, would be Metroid Prime Remaster. So it's not Metroid Prime 4. Unfortunate. Of course, I'm always waiting for that. But Metroid Prime Remaster. So this looks like an actual remaster. Like they actually went back to redo a lot of stuff. It looks way better. Like they put effort into this one. This wasn't just a lazy upscaled port. No, they definitely put a lot of effort here, which is cool. I kind of hope they do it for 2 and 3 as well, but I don't know if that's too much to ask. I don't know how much time this took, so for now though, I'm just happy to see Metroid Prime getting this treatment. So very cool to see. Very, very cool to see. It was kind of a random announcement. I did not expect to see Metroid here at all, honestly, so anything Metroid I will take. However, number one has to just be the Splatoon 3 expansion pass. This is just one of those game series that I do actually play sometimes, so I was very excited to see it. I will say I'm a little mixed on some of the stuff here. I'm a little unclear on some of it, but yeah. So the expansion pass will be in 2 waves. I don't know how much time will be passing between these 2 waves. It could be like 2 months, or it could be like a year. Probably not a year, but like it could be like maybe this one comes out, like the first one comes out in spring. So okay, that should be like that'll be later spring. I think that'll be like May, June, which is cool. But I'm assuming as much as I want to say the second one comes out in like June or something, or like July, as much as I want to say that, I don't think it will, unfortunately. I don't know, I just like Splatoon in the summer. I think I mentioned this yesterday. But yeah, my assumption is that that will come out probably later in the year, probably like anywhere between like September and November. No news on season 3 though, which is weird though, because I would have assumed a season 3 trailer, because that's coming out in like a couple weeks at this point. So I'm like, okay, I guess not. Sure. However, yes, the waves of the DLC. Wave 1, I don't know about yet. Just based on what we know, and if that's all there is, kind of an L, not gonna lie. Although I'm not like trying to like hate on the expansion pass, because I think that there is actually something in here that will make the entire thing worth it. Kind of like how Pokemon's expansion pass was for Sword and Shield, where like the first one, like Isle of Armor was cool, I liked it, but it wasn't that crazy. Both Crown Tundra were like really good, although a little bit more polarizing here, I would say, with the second thing being like amazing, the first one just being really, just almost like kind of whatever. But I hope there's more to it. But the first thing is Inkopolis. You'll basically be able to go to the first Splatoon like hub, like the original from Splatoon 1. Yeah, like the shop, it definitely looks a little bit different now. You know, of course, time's passed. And they changed up a little bit, but it's still pretty similar. You got the Squid Sisters there, which is really nice. But it just seems like a skin, like an alternate lobby. Like they're like, oh yeah, it sells like the same stuff, and I'm like, okay. So if there's like exclusive items and they bring back a lot of Splatoon 1 stuff, maybe even some like weapon variants, that might be a little bit too much, but at least some like items or something. Or maybe just give us a quick port of the single player from Splatoon 1 just because. If you do something like that, then yeah, this is an amazing wave. But if it's just kind of a skin, then it's like, who cares? This is like not really worth anything. But hopefully it's more than just that. I think it will. I mean, I don't know. Splatoon's been really good about content and giving us good stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to say that it's not enough yet, you know. So I'll give them time for that one. We'll see how it is when it's getting closer to release and we get some more about it. So anyway, Wave 2. Wave 2, we got like a 40-second trailer. It's called Side Order. This seems to be a brand new single player. It looked like it focused on Marina and her past. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be the most messed up story, isn't it? Like, Splatoon has had some crazy lore and stories, but I'm like, this is going to be the most insane, isn't it? I'm like, I'm way more excited for this than I am Inkopolis, honestly. Like, the Inkopolis stuff is like, yeah, cool. But I'm like, okay, but this, though, this is looking insane. I really want to mess with it. Again, hopefully there's more with Inkopolis. It's not just a skin. Maybe give some extra stuff here. Again, maybe port the single player, or just give us some of the items from Splatoon 1 that have never seen the light of day since. I don't know, just some stuff would be cool. That's not just the lobby. That has, like, no extra features, you know? So we'll see what happens with that, but for now, I'm just waiting. However, Side Order, I already know it's going to be phenomenal. There's no question about that. I think it's pretty clear. Just with how good they've been with single-player stuff, I would be very surprised if this wasn't good. And it just gives me like this Nier type of vibe, and I'm like, what's with Nintendo recently like Nier? Like you had like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with like kind of the ending stuff, and then like now this. It's like okay, they've been going a little bit and crazy with the stuff, but I'm all here for it. And yeah, Splatoon 3 expansion pass Wave 2 Side Order, that I am very excited for. So looking forward to that very much. So yeah, overall, I think the direct was pretty good. Again, not as much for me there, but I think that's kind of to be expected because I only care for so many things. Like, I literally just said I don't care about Tears of the Kingdom, and it's like one of the most hyped up games right now, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. But anyway, I think that's basically all I have to say about that. I just wanted to talk about the direct, of course. You gotta talk about directs. And yeah, hopefully we get another one in like June. It's honestly feels just way too offset to only have them in February and September. We gotta get a June direct back. That'd be very nice to see. So, yeah, here's hoping that in June I get to come back to do this again and don't have to wait till September. So, let's hope that happens. But I don't really have much hope for that. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, that's all for this. For today, I should say. That's all for today, and I will come back at some point. I don't know what else I'll talk about this week. It might be it honestly, but I've already recorded a decently long period of time. It's like what, like a half hour, I think, somewhere around there. So I don't know if I record anything else this week. I record more, but if not, then, well, I don't. So anyway, that is all for now. Alright, it's now, it's nearly Sunday, actually. at like 4 a.m. I have nothing else this week, honestly. It was just the direct stuff. But I will come back next week for the Koro stuff. Assuming it happens, it probably should. But yeah, that's literally all I have for this week. So, yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.